Hello, my friends, and welcome back. Thank you very much for being with me again today. So, the order has been given. By whom? I don't know, but I told you that at one moment we're going to have all the Western leaders, the important ones, mind you, calling Putin and saying, hey, why don't we talk to Putin? And that is just because Trump started it. I thought that Mr. Merz of Germany will be the next one. But no, even Scholz wanted, or at least said, I might talk to Putin before the elections. He didn't get elected. He said, I don't give a shit. Now, Macron called Putin. I guarantee you it was not Putin calling Macron. And Macron continues to be an imbecile. That is, demanding. How can you demand something from someone who's stronger than you, better looking than you, bigger balls than you, and is coming towards you with the intention of a smackdown? And you are thinking, oh my God, Algeria again. Right, Macron? So that's the first topic. The second one, the United States of America or the Pentagon halts weapon supplies to Kiev over depleting stockpiles. Or maybe they need to send it somewhere else? To another Zelensky style? Alright, we're going to discuss these two topics today. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 articles about Macron and Putin and one about the Pentagon. Let's start with the baboon, Macron. All right, Macron and Putin hold first calls in September 2022. Do you remember why Mr. Macron stopped calling Mr. Putin? Come on now. I said this so many times here, you should know it by heart. Oh, you're new here? You gotta stay here. I'm just kidding. So, let me do a little refresher for you. Macron was calling Putin almost every day since the invasion, the Russian invasion. And then at one point, an obscure president of an obscure European country that most Europeans did not know it existed, which is Ukraine. Don't get upset with me. That was the feeling and the understanding in the West about Ukraine. Something like the Russians, but they call themselves Ukrainians, weird and so on. You don't believe me? You don't have to. You don't have to, and I don't even expect that. All right, so what's going on? He was talking to Putin, and then this president, Mr. Zelensky Stein, said, not even told Macron face to face, he said, why is this? Why is it Putin? Why is it Macron talking to Putin all the time? Why do they have to talk? And guess what? The mighty president of the mighty French Republic stopped talking to Putin. Can you imagine that? It's like the guy from Albania, the president will tell the president of, I don't know, the United States of America, why do you talk to these guys, man? And the president of the United States of America says, oh my God, the president of Albania called me out. What do you think the president of Albania will get in return? Or Romania? Shut the fuck up. Go to your little shitty hole over there. So, let's see what's going on here. All right. On July 1st, 2025, Kremlin leader, not president, Vladimir Putin held his first telephone conversation with French Emmanuel Macron since September 2022. The Kremlin reported that Putin and Macron discussed the escalating tensions in the Middle East and Russia's invasion of Ukraine. The leaders agreed that Iran-Israel conflict should be resolved exclusively by political and diplomatic means. Okay, regarding Ukraine, Putin reiterated that the war is a, quote-unquote, direct consequence of Western policy. So Putin said, yeah, nice talking to you, Emmanuel. How is Mr. Brigitte doing? And confirmed, and I'm quoting, principled approaches to possible agreements, which should be comprehensive and long-term in nature, provide for the elimination of the root causes, NATO, of the Ukrainian crisis, the Russia-Ukrainian war, and rely on new territorial realities. The Kremlin described the conversation as meaningful. Good. Next one. Ukrainska Pravda again. Macron urges Putin to cease fire in Ukraine in first call. Yes, cease fire right now. There you go. He said, reiterated France's support for Ukraine's sovereignty and territorial integrity during the conversation. Excellent. I'm guaranteeing you the French nation smacked Israel as well for the preemptive strike on Iran. Again, sovereign country Iran. All right. He called for the establishment of an armistice as soon as possible and the start of negotiations between Ukraine and Russia to achieve a strong and lasting settlement of the conflict. I don't think so. That's the same thing as the Americans did to Iran. Oh, you're losing? Oh my God, Iran, we're gonna smack you. Hold on, Yahweh. We're gonna help you. Shalom. Why? The guys were running out of ammunition and were getting a smackdown. So Macron wants first a ceasefire as well, an armistice, and then settlement, and a peace conference or something. And guess what? In this time, like from 2014 until about 2022, February 24th, Ukraine is rearming itself. The West regroups, and then the peace talks just fall. They break. They don't go anywhere. So then we're back at war. When the Russians are right now following the Ukrainians towards, I don't know, London. Unfortunately. Okay, here it is. The Kremlin earlier reported that the two discussed the Middle East escalation and Russia's invasion of Ukraine, describing the conversation as meaningful. Next. New voice of Ukraine. Putin and Macron in first call. Let's see. According to Moscow, Putin has once again blamed the West for Russia's armed aggression against Ukraine. Well, yes, because, history doesn't start when you want it to start. History starts when actions, historical events, meaningful and related to the issue are considered in a chronological way. That's how you do it. You're not going to grab me above one guy strangling him over there and say, Emil, stop that. And I say, no, he killed my family. He's going to get it. So what are you going to do then? No. History starts right now. Just stop doing that. Let me finish with him and you're next. That's what I would do, at least. I mean, come on, my friends. They start where they wanted, which is February 24th, 2022, and they pick selective memory, selective justice, selective information, and never chronological. Remember, chronology is very important. Chronology tells you who started shit. If you come towards me with your hand on your pistol or revolver, whatever you got, and you come closer, you got a knife, and you have it in your hand, and you come closer to me, I tell you, if you come near a little bit longer, I'm going to punch, I'm going to knock the fuck out of you, or I'm going to do something to you. And if you don't, and I smack you, everybody, oh my God, look what Emil did. The history started then, in 1991, when you said you're not going to come towards me. 1 inch. You promised. Oh, gentleman promise. You said, did we sign anything? Okay. So next time, if we are friends, as they pretended to be then, I want you to sign everything with your friends before you do something. You just don't say, I'm going to help you with that, or I'm going to come and meet you there, or we're going to do this together. Do we need to sign a contract? Unless we're not friends. But the problem is the Russians did not know that the other side did not consider them as friends. They wanted to right there. So the root causes, those are the root causes, Mr. Macron. Macron knows very well, but what can he do? He got a tiger by the wiener and he can't let it go. Again, address the root causes and reflect current reality. That is, you started it, came closer, we give you a bloody nose right now, I'm running after you, and you say, stop, give me back everything. No. It doesn't go that way. You know my analogy with me being in bed, or the Russians being bad, doing what they do best with Svetlana, all right? And when Ivan is doing right there with Svetlana, all sweaty and all that, you got these baboons outside of the house. Bibi, baba, boo, boo, baba, kiko. Get Ivan. Now he has to pull out of Svetlana and get his little speedos, get outside, get these guys, show them a little bit of sambo, boom, boom, or judo, fuck them up like Fedor, And then the guys are like, oh my God. And the guy said, no, I'm going to knock the shit out of you right now. Okay, so next time when I'm on Svetlana or who knows whomever, I don't have to do the same thing again. I do it once and that's it. And by the time you're not going to have an eye, your nose will be crooked, no more teeth, and so on. And you will remember, you pulled me off of Svetlana. Got that? This is what the Russians did. This guy says, no, come on, let's forget about it now. No, no, no. But these guys play dumb. Some of them are. Let's go to the next one from the Ukrainians. Macron, Putin hold first phone call since 2022. All right, again, these guys, none of them say who called first, but I guarantee it was Macron because he wants something. Putin said, call me, I'm ready. I wear the red panties for you, the tongues. All right, again, they talked about Iran, and again, we talked about the Putin told the French root causes. They said it so many times. They said we're going to have 4 justifications. They entered unjustified and it's an aggressor. No reason why the Russians got into Ukraine. But the Russians always said we got at least 4 main reasons why we will get in there. You kill our ethnic Russians in there. That's the first one. Second, NATO is at our border. Third, your ideology is very dangerous, not only to our ethnic Russians in there, but to the whole world. And you broke your neutrality from 1994 from the Budapest Memorandum, together with your buddies in 2014 when they helped you overthrow a legitimate government of Viktor Yanukovych. So, my friends, you got me out of Svetlana, now you get it. And let's go to the Russians and see what the Russians are saying. Putin and Macron talk for the first time in 3 years. The Russian and French presidents have discussed the situation in the Middle East, Ukraine, and the Kremlin. The conversation, it doesn't say here, has spoken to. It was the first PAC during the call, a direct consequence of the policies persuaded by Western states, which for many years ignored Russia's security interest and has established an anti-Russian bridgehead in the country to press service stated. Okay. All right, must be comprehensive, long-term, address the root causes of the Ukraine crisis, be based on the new territorial realities. We won't give anything back. All right, both countries share a special responsibility to maintain peace and security, blah, blah, blah. In this regard, the importance of recent Tehran, France has long itself aligned with the backers. Nothing in recent months. However, Macron has softened his stance, admitting back in May that French have done the maximum we could to help and could no longer supply Ukraine with weapons. Last week, the French president said that NATO's European members have no wish to endlessly arm themselves and should think about restoring dialogue with Russia right now in order to negotiate broader European security as part of a potential Ukraine peace deal. Thank you very much. Now, the next one probably is going to be, I don't think it's going to be Starmer. I don't think Starmer will ever speak with Putin. Or he's not going to call Putin. Putin definitely is not going to call Starmer. By the time Starmer is going to go, it's going to be another baboon like Boris Johnson or something. That's what they got, man. Or maybe that guy Khan Sharif, the mayor of London. Maybe he's going to be your prime minister. Maybe your king. You're going to start speaking up a different language. Anyway, so you're going to start doing, maybe you're going to have the Sati. You're going to have the Sati, but that's the other guys. This is Pakistani, isn't he? Or is he Indian? Which one is it? Doesn't really matter. It's a British. All right, my friends. You'll see, and I said it before. You know who could be the next one? Meloni. Meloni could be the next one. Who's going to call Putin? Merz, I don't know. Maybe it's going to be like, oh, Macron got the balls. They got an order. And you're going to see them lined up one by one. Not too many, because not too many need to be promoted as leaders of Europe. It's not going to be everybody. It's not going to be the Peter Pavel of Czech Republic. It's not going to be that guy. Or the Lithuanians, Latvians, or the Poles. They will not be allowed to call Putin. Only the heavyweights. We are all equal, but some of us are a little bit more equal than others, you know? Only those heavyweights will be allowed to do that. All right, let's go to the Americans who said, you know what, enough is enough. We pull the plug. Russia Today. Pentagon halts, this is from July 2nd, halts weapon supplies to Kiev over depleting stockpiles. Media. Now I have a question. Do you know how much the defense budget is in the United States of America? The last year, I think it was about $900 billion. This year, Trump said something like 1 trillion. So if you tell me that supplying some baboons fighting other guys over there in the depleted your stockpiles, where is the money? Where is the money? I tell you where the money is. Bureaucracy. Bureaucracy. How do you think you pay all these guys deployed and their families and everything they spend over there, then produce squat? You don't produce anything. Remember, if right now the United States of America will close all its bases and bring home all the soldiers, there's going to be a crisis here. Can you imagine the unemployment? That's why they're kept over there. What are you going to do with those guys? What are you going to do with? Do they have an economic boom here or something? You don't have it. So that's why a reason why they can't bring them back. Maybe one by one if the economy offers jobs. Otherwise, you're going to have from, 6% unemployment. They say 2%. Let's from 6% we count the ones who already stopped looking for a job. They're still unemployed. They're not counted by the government. So you get these guys in, 2-3 million, how many the hell they are. They will be the next day unemployed with their families and their dependents, kids. So it's going to be a tragedy. They can't do that like this. Print money, give them over there. When they come back, they have loans already. They have money. They go to college. They're educated, but have no jobs. Such a racket. Anyway, let's move on. The United States has reportedly deliveries of precision missiles, artillery shells, and air defense interceptors as its own arsenal runs low. Now put here all these weapons and Israel. So precision missiles, Israel needs them. Artillery shells, I think they need them. And air defense interceptors definitely need it. So, da da da. Do you remember that German song from the 80s or whatever? Da da da. Whatever it was. Ich liebe dich, you liebst mich nicht. I love you, you don't love me. Something like this. The Pentagon has suspended shipments of several categories of U.S.-made weapons to Ukraine, according to political NBC News. The decision reportedly followed an internal review of American weapons reserves ordered by the U.S. Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth, amid rising concerns about the rate of which munitions are being depleted. By whom? Are we at war with someone? What? We attacked Iran? Where? Depleted about what? Where? Houthis? Houthis depleted us? Where are we depleted? Where is America depleted? Munitions are being depleted. Oh, you will give ours to those guys over there and we are bankrupt? Oh, didn't Reagan bankrupt the Soviet Union by arming ourselves and the other guys could not compete? The United States of America, if you add its defense, it's called defense budget, is bigger than the next 10 countries in the world added together. I think they made the same budget. But hey, we ran out against the Russians. The Russians, I think right now they have like 76 billion dollars. That's what they have. Defense budget. It was 60. They up it about like 12% or something like that. So like 78, 80. How much Ukraine got right now from all these baboons? And you tell me the Americans with 900 billion got depleted? Something is wrong and some people make some money somewhere. The move reportedly affects dozens of Patriot missile interceptors, Stinger and AIM air-to-air missiles, hundreds of Hellfire and GMLRS systems, as well as thousands of 155mm artillery shells that Washington has previously pledged to Kiev. Some of the weapons were already positioned in Europe, have now been withheld before handover to Ukrainian forces, NBC reported. I want to see if you have here anywhere Israel. If you don't have anyone, it says here White House Deputy Press Secretary Anna Kelly defended the move as a necessary step to prioritize American defense needs. This decision was made to put America's interest first, following a DoD review in our nation's military support and assistance to other countries across the globe. The strength of the United States armed forces remain unquestioned. Just ask Iran. These guys are delusional. Yeah, like what? Like what? Ask Iran about what? What did you do? What did you do? You spent what? 6 missiles? Bombs? 12 bombs? 50 bombs? And that's it? You depleted yourself? You're still unquestionable? Remember, you can have the gun. If you don't have the bullets, you can stick it in your ass and nothing will happen. A little bit of a whoo, now that we are in the pride. Jesus Christ, just ask Iran. Well, let's see where we have Israel. Do we have any Israel here? Zelensky, America first, that's baboonish, you know who's first, right? I don't see Israel here. So guys, don't be weasels. Tell me where the money went. I read somewhere, I can't remember where I read, I don't know if it's true or not, but isn't that in 2024, the United States of America gave Israel like $17 billion? I don't know, I don't know, maybe you can tell me. But I read somewhere like it was 17 or 19, 17, I think, billion dollars in arms. The United States gave armed Israel, 17 billion. I don't know if it's true, so don't call me on that. But maybe that would, 17 versus 900, it's a big stretch. Good. Piece of our time, right? Let me take one. A piece of our time. Thank you very much for being with me again today. Stay strong, stay smart, look for the truth, and be just.